I'm Jaspa Fletcher's #1 fan. My name's Adrian, and I'm also his dad. I haven't heard this one before.
This is good. This should go well.
Yeah, so basically signed by the Lions. We're on a flight coming back from Melbourne, and I had the two kids with me, Indy and Jasper. We'd been to a game in Melbourne to watch the Lions. And Jasper had his new jumper, and I said to him, do you want to go and get some of the players to sign the jumper? He said, yeah, just make sure they sign the back of the jumper, not the front. So Johnny Brown, being the captain of the club, he ended up signing the front, and Jasper nearly jumped off the plane.
I think I asked for a new one.
He's a neat freak. He loves things the way he wants it, and he signed the front of the line, and it nearly threw the toys out of the cot, I think.
It was pretty cool though, walking through the plane after a game and getting it signed by the boys. And then when Johnny Brown did that, I think I had a few tears back to my seat, but I'm glad he did nowadays because he was obviously a great player and a great person of the footy club. And on the back had number 10, Daniel Rich, and when I got drafted to the club, he was still playing as well. So I thought that was awesome to share that moment. And he actually came to my birthday party when I was 8 years old. So I thought I was pretty cool at school for that.
He was a very passionate kid about sport. He was always outdoors. He was very diligent when he played sport. He always wanted to be good at it. We would play footy in the backyard consistently, and then we'd be watching TV, cricket come on, we'd be playing cricket out the front yard, and then basketball would come on TV, we'd be playing basketball out the front. So he just loved sport, yeah, and he was an outdoor sort of person.
They're probably sick of me asking, can we go play this, can we go play that after a while, but at least I keep them active as well. I've been pretty lucky with my parents and their sporting backgrounds. I mean, Mum's played basketball for Australia and in the WNBL, so I had both sides to go down, but she told me pretty early that I wasn't going to be tall enough to go down the basketball route, so stuck to footy in the end.
We ended up taking him down to Coorparoo. I think he was 6. He'd be kicking a pair of socks around the hallway, and then we'd jump in the car with our two kids and we'd drive down to Coorparoo, and he'd play 9-a-side, and we'd be either the boundary umpire or just drinking our coffee. It was a good environment to grow up in. So yeah, we really enjoyed it.
I absolutely loved it. I mean, it's what I look forward to every week, was going down to Auskick and having a kick with my mates and playing footy, and Dad's spot on. When I was kicking a pair of socks down the hallway, I was probably singing the Lions theme song as well and pretending I was running out in the Gabba in front of 30,000. And I just used to love looking forward to the weekend, and then I'd probably come home, have a bite to eat and go straight back out and kick the footy. This was probably every afternoon, where it was after school or whatever it was, Saturday, Sunday evening, Mum and Dad getting ready to go to work Sunday night, and I said, let's go kick a footy. And I think we take it for granted being up here in summer as well, having the lighter evenings, and so we'd be out here until 6:30 kicking the footy around. But it's what I really enjoyed, and it's actually probably the neighbours got sick of us in the end as well, making a lot of noise. It's a good grab.
It was a good grab.
Yeah. Geez, you look tired there, Adrian.
I was. I look young too.
This is not the part where I hurt her, is it?
Might have been. Will you jump on her?
Yeah. It's competitive though.
She got up.
Yeah. I always had the dream to play AFL footy. You probably could ask me when I was 7 that's all I wanted to do. And I think when you have a dream like that, all you want to do is live it and experience it. And I've had some highs and lows, and I think I was 15 years old and come back from a national carnival, and I sat down with Dad and he asked me, do you want to do this professionally? Because I probably wasn't going too well at the time. And I said, yes, I do. I'm all in on this. And he said, righto, well, there's going to be some hard times and I'm going to be hard on you, but I know what it takes. I've been there and I've been in the environment, so I can get you there. I just need you to dial in and have a crack. And ever since that moment, I think it really changed my mindset that there's a lot more than just having fun and going out and then kick. There's a lot more elements to this game, and probably from that moment I really learned that it does take a lot of things outside of just skill set to really have a crack at it. I don't even know, what year is that?
2014 or 15 at the Gabba. Because I was assistant coach, we used to take the kids along to the footy every home game. Paul Norell, she used to sit there in the grandstand. But it really created the passion, the excitement for India as well.
Not that photo.
Especially for Jasper. He could see it. Once you see it, you can live it. And that's where his dreams come from watching it at the Gabba, and then hopefully one day he could do the same, but there's no guarantees in life, but it's a starting point, and that's what we did on weekends.
Yeah, as you can tell, I'm pretty happy to be there and stay past me bedtime, but my sister, on the other hand, she's probably craving a bit of sleep, I would have thought. Yeah, I used to get down there always much as I was allowed to. I would love to go watch it live. I think I really enjoyed the atmosphere, and obviously to go to a footy game where I want to be when I'm older, I thought it was the best thing ever. It was like Christmas Day to me, and so whenever I got a chance, I would absolutely be asking to go down there.
He's well tainted to go high in the draft, and the Lions said we're going to take him. I was pretty emotional until it happens on the night. We were all there, and we all had a tear in our eye, because it's like planting a tree, isn't it? Like you nourish it, you give it water, and then you hope one day it blossoms. And it was Jasper's dream to play AFL footy, and he had an opportunity. It's no certainties, but he had an opportunity to live his dream.
Yeah, I was dealing with 2 injuries leading up to this time, so it was probably the longest 4 months of my life leading up till draft night and hearing my name called out. But once it was called out, to put the club colours on and start to get to work on what I really wanted to do was super exciting. And one piece of advice Dad gave me was, this is actually the start. You think that you grow up and all you want to do is get drafted and that's the end, but at the end of the day, this is where you wanted to be. So all that work prior is all leading up to this moment now, and I just couldn't wait to get out there and play with the boys. Yeah, it was one of the most special moments of my life.
You have your own career, but you want your kids to do better than what you did, and you just hope for the best. There's no guarantees, as I said to him. Yeah, but if you put the work in and have the professionalism, you're going to give yourself a great opportunity, and that's what Jasper's done so far in his career. He's given himself the best opportunity, and hopefully he can continue to do that. I'm Jasper's #1 fan because I'm his dad. He's professional, he's resilient, he can handle pressure, and he does it in actions. He doesn't talk about it, he does it in action. So that's the most proudest I am of my boy, yeah.
I'm Jaspa Fletcher, and my dad, Adrian, is my #1 fan.